Alright, marker's going down then.
Okay, I'll start.
Right.
Tails.
So, welcome back into the Fall Pepper. I know we've had a little bit here. I did have one very particular thing I was going to potentially throw at this deck just because it'd be funny, but
I'm playing it first just because it's the pinky one.
Yep. No odds by that.
Ball maker.
Yep.
Yeah, so the last viable time that we get to see this deck because we don't have access to a Rangaroo after this, but it's certainly a fun one. You know, if it wasn't, I'm pretty sure it has to be active. There's like an Ordino that draws a card. I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure it has to be active in the next set. It's like there's an Ordino that draws one card with its ability. It's like if it didn't have to be active, that would probably be enough for this deck to still be playable. Like you'd have to change the engine because of the ball search and stuff not being around, but like you could do it, you know.
Two nest ball. And
yeah, so that's usually the bit that you want to see. Is just which parts are we getting off of this? Is the next question. Well, there's no Gardenia's Vigor in the format, so it's unlikely that you're going to get hit for 130 on first turn here. That would be highly amusing, but not how this is going to go.
Guru. Snubble and pass the turn.
Okay, Green's Exploration. Let me grab that. Well, that does nothing in this game. We'll use our netball. Double draw.
Boy, that's a blast to the past, isn't it? Just being able to go, yeah, I'm gonna draw 2 off my Persian. Only this time it gives up twice as many prizes, which is not as fun, but you know. Yeah, confused card in the hand alert. Just seen it briefly. Yeah, I know. I'm amused because of course you'd accidentally double tapped it, so it was upside down for the briefest of moments. I'm like, yep, confused card alert. Shout outs to that one lizard gecko thing in Mario RPG.
Ultra Ball, discard Escape Rope, T&L. I opened that wrong shit, I just realised.
It's alright.
I think I did the same, don't worry about it.
It's recoverable, don't worry about it.
I was going to not get double tails and it's all fine. Get the snubble. Ball. Okay, we have to go ahead.
Of course it works for you.
I don't think he even used the second one, so...
In my game of this versus Cal, I got 0.
Yeah, I think
twice.
I think you did double tails twice in one of the games of it. Yeah, there was one that you got. I think it was one in 4, but yeah, one of the main ones you did double tails twice. It was like, ah, crap. I've seen a couple of versions of this deck that play like 4-timer ball, which I could see just playing more copies of it. We were talking about that before, but ultimately, I didn't think it was that necessary.
Look, Guru to draw it. Attach to thing. Granbull on the active and smack it for 160.
Thankfully, it is just still alive, but yeah.
He could have killed it. Well, 160.
Yeah. Yeah, it's 30 plus 130.
Could have killed it, but I prioritized my board. I prioritized.
Yeah. This is kind of the engine moment for it, really.
Ace roller.
At least it's not killing me, personally. I'm kind of happy the Ace roll came out for that now.
Actually, does that go out? Hang on. Huh. Need to think.
Good.
Even if I got the beast energy, it's not going to add up to where I need it to go to.
Yeah, because it'd be like 30 and then 80 if you got the rest of it, isn't it? Yeah.
So I think I need time. The problem is he's not going to let me get time.
This bulldog dude does go all out.
Yeah, the problem is you can get a Guzma and just swing into this and then this is all ready.
Well, there's no guarantee this deck can find and reliably play Guzma at any point. But let's see if I tell you at that point. Very off the top.
Yeah, about that.
Well, I couldn't have known that.
You couldn't have known
Exactly.
that, but no, I saw this.
I knew that.
I was like, uh-oh.
There's no guarantee I can get a
Nah,
Guzma at any point.
It's
This
understandable.
was a bloody pain of an off price. Like 2 Nest Ball, 2 Guzma. It's like, oh. And I get 2 nests out of this opening Apricorn. This, I hope I don't need those later.
Now you see why I play...
Starting with those 2 is just not ideal.
Now you see why I play the Great Ball. Because you might genuinely need to play it. Because this does happen sometimes.
This deck is just too aggressive if I don't start really well.
I can see that, yeah.
Right. And that was me taking the slower line. I could have... This Slugma could have been choice banned.
I know. That's the issue.
I actually kind of like seeing that Ace of Roll come down there as well.
Because I knew my Beast Ring was prized.
Oh, yeah. I hadn't quite
Yeah,
I could not catch up.
Because what I was scared of there was actually committing the attach and just swinging in and forcing me to spend another attack into it. But because you Ace of Roll there and not something bigger later, it's like, okay, that's one less headache I have to deal with.
Well, to say I can't let you take 2 prizes like that.
I wonder how much of a detriment only playing 1 Beast Ring is here then. Like saying I'm not like super...
Are you going first, Si?
Yeah.
I'm not super familiar with this deck, so... Well, that's better at least.
That's grass energy and...
I can't imagine it's going, even with its double draw, I can't imagine Virizion is the thing you would want to start with in most games. I'm not even sure what it's doing in here, to be honest with you, but again, I don't know this deck very well, so...
Pokegear 3.0. We do a bit of thinning.
What happened to versions 1 and 2? That's what we want to know.
Version 1 was in Gen 2, I think.
Yeah, it was. So, like, what happened to Pokegear 2.0?
Big greens. And go ahead.
Can confirm, cards are in that hand. It does count as one.
Ultra Ball, discard Kuzma and Fairy Energy.
Oh hey, this time Stream Elements has said that I'm live about 15 minutes after starting and not half an hour. That's an improvement. Always got a joke on that at this point because it's just been so hilariously late that the bots decided to say that things are going on that is like completely pointless, to be honest, but that's fine.
Inbells on the active, attach grass to active, play Viridian Forest, Guru for 2. Going to Snubble and Ass.
Yeah, this is the unfortunate one of like there is another Snubble in format with 20 HP that does technically have an attack here, but it's like 20, and if you flip tails it self-damages. The only reason that Snubble could even get played is because it's got a 1 retreat, but I can't really see any situations you want to manually retreat a Snubble, right? So Pokegear didn't get anything there, I see. Nope. Okay.
Patch of grass, green's exploration.
Yep, you knew about that from the previous turn.
Okay, that's gone. It's slightly problematic. I think we grab that and that. Field Lord, Stadium, and the dumbbells.
Do you want to use the stadium first? Is there anything that you would use that for?
Actually, yes. Now that you mention it, I'll
just
discard an Oddish to get an energy.
It's just like it makes sense because they two-sided, right? Of just like if there's something to use it for first, do it. Right. And we still have netball that hasn't gotten used.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm using it just yet. Probably. Should I? No, because it makes me weaker to getting Guzman. And you're not one-shotting this.
Yeah, it goes to hand, but again, it's probably not necessary to use it immediately.
We will Jet Punch and put it on the other Snubble.
Okay. Evolve to Granbull, evolve to Granbull. Attach Denny to Granbull. Guru for free. Pokegear.
I was so thinking you weren't even gonna do that there, I'll be honest. Just being like, yeah, I'm just gonna hit 160, fuck it.
I mean, I'm still in desperation mode at the moment. What am I gonna do? Tail search. Hit for 30.
Yeah, this sometimes happens with Granbull as well. It's the other unfortunate side of the coin, isn't it?
Build analysis.
I couldn't really risk a small Guru draw there because I just don't have a board or something.
Yeah. As much as you didn't, I think, yeah, I probably would have just swung there because I'm like, I've got two set up at the very least, so it's like, heck even draw, it's like, it's a bad board, obviously, but... Man, there's a lot of Bill's analysis in this deck as well, yeah.
Bill. Even if you banned, you're not.
Yeah.
So, Elegant Soul.
Yep. So it's the big swing, and next turn it's a very small swing, but that's fine.
Okay, we have hit and unbreak. We have.
Yeah, so it would have been this turn that I would have done the Guru for free and just been like, I kind of have to now, right? Yo. I will be 100% honest, that is a much more reckless play than what you did though, so like, you know, I don't fault you for it at all. It is just me going, well, at least I got an attack, so, you know.
Well, it's gonna happen regardless. It's gotta be Apricorn Maker.
This hits the bench, it can have Elegant Soul again, right?
Yeah, so long as you don't, so long as you don't use Elegant Soul in consecutive turns, or you switch to the bench. Yeah, you can if you do like a switch plus something, you can. Yeah, it's the same sort of thing as this Pokemon can't use this attack next turn sort of thing. It that effect dissipates when you go to the bench. I think the other thing that would dissipate it in the next set would be Channeler, actually, because that removes all effects of attacks on your active, but which is very funny, but you know.
Funny for this.
It's like, I don't think you're playing a supporter dedicated for that, but it's still funny.
Nest Ultra.
Yep. Gotta get your next one.
At this point, yeah.
Yep. Look up the nest. Stretcher for 1. Snubble. Guru for 1. That is a keys.
It's annoying, yeah.
I'm committed. I committed to it though.
Mm-hmm.
Ultra Ball has gone Viridian Macargo.
Yep. Obviously nothing you could have done about it this game, but like this is exactly why I like the Macargo stuff rather than the Mallow thingy that was played in NAIC, right? Because this this sort of thing would happen literally every single time if you played the other one.
I should get Ditto here, 'cause I've already got one of each. I should hedge against shenanigans. I should hedge.
If you've got Ditto access, you get Ditto here, yep.
Yeah, empty hands, so put you up to 190.
If I draw one card here, I make you really fucking sad. And that's not it, but... Oh well, okay, how are we doing this? Well, I can still make you sad later, maybe. No, because you need to evolve that, otherwise I make you sad. There is no other option.
Yeah, Ditto is prime beast game targeting, isn't it? That's what you're referring to, yeah. It's like
Nest Ball.
Netball is one of the few things that we do get to keep access to in post-rotation.
Green's Exploration. Oh, oops.
Oh no! Not the blindfold!
Actually, I need to get 2 switches, don't I?
With this particular state, yeah, we would need to.
Do I have 2? Hang on, can I?
That's a very good question. I don't know if you had to.
No, I may need to rethink this entire turn. Hang on, give me a second. Yeah, there is a way to get there. It's not with this, though. Do you mind? Sorry. There is a route.
It's been all searching. There's been no draw stuff at the moment, so like,
Yeah, like
I think it's alright.
Before, so
yeah.
doing this ball at least once.
So the netball is getting played first here still. That can grab the energy as well, yeah, because it's a basic grass or a grass energy card to go into the hand, and then the greens can get played. Yeah, so it's not as if as you said, there was a deck check before, because this isn't the first time we've played this sort of bit, so it's not as if new information is being gathered here. This is the second greens that's been played after all, so
Oh wait, no, I need to grab a
you
switch.
still need the switch, yep.
Yep, pardon me.
We'll get there.
Okay.
Because there's an oddish in
Switch.
the hand, yeah, and that's got a 1 retreat, so that can get pulled back out again here.
You don't have anything I would want to deal with right now. So we will Elegant Soul again.
Yep.
There we go. We got there.
Okay.
Spicy.
Yeah, if I want the Swizzy's head, I want that song. Timer Ball.
Okay, I was gonna say, if you double heads that.
Yeah, that would have been a huge double head.
I think we would have had the right to be like, oh god damn it. Just more of that wacky pepper luck.
The annoying thing is, with this setup, you actually avoid one of my most annoying mechanics. Because you don't hit enough. Even with band, you do not hit enough.
Mm-hmm. I know the thing you're referring to, and still confused as to why that's in there, but yeah, we'll get to that later.
Cargo. Don't want to be that guy.
I would be smart.
There's two different directions of smart. There's play around beast game, beast ring, and there's play around not be able to get everything I need and just being down a snubble next turn.
Is it realistic to see 4 beast rings come out with this stuff here? Because that's what's needed, right?
Yeah, like
There's
beast ring for 2
8
prizes
energies needed.
It's not the scariest thing ever, and if they do that, I do still have a Granbull up. So yeah. Yeah, we'll do that nice. That's move.
I'm just looking at it going, with only 1 being searched at the moment so far, it's like, is it really reasonable to think all 4 of them are going to be there and enough energy for it? I don't know.
Instruct. Okay.
Well, well, well.
Well, that happens first.
Just thinking on the beast game stuff a bit more, I think if it read 6 extra energy, not 7, then I would be kind of a bit more worried about it, but the fact of you need 8 total energy on this thing to take 4 prizes off the Ditto is very, very hard to achieve in 1 turn for nothing, right?
Oh yeah, I've got 2 things. I should get one of these back. 2 bit discard.
Oh, did we have to pitch the other one earlier? I forgot.
Yeah, well, I think...
So we did.
Yeah, because one got bumped and one came up at a bad time.
So we did.
Ultra Ball.
Right.
So, that goes down. That goes down. Guru goes down. Use Viridian, discard Poker Gear.
The problem is one of my key cards is prized.
Get the energy on it. Oh look, man, no hand! Bonk! Take 3 prizes.
Yep.
How many people made that joke, I wonder, playing Granbull?
Build analysis. Oh wait, there's 2.
Oh, we've shuffled it in as well. Oh no. Fuck.
Little legal play to get picked 1 at least, but that sucks.
That's fine. It's
Yeah,
fine.
this
Illegal.
is irreparable. Unfortunately, there's no way I can.
Ultra Ball, discarding Virizion and Vileplume.
Like, we're normal. We're totally fine with having some stuff beat that, but when it's like irreparable like that, we can't. Like, we physically.
The other
can't.
card I would need is not in here, so it's fine.
Ah.
B-string. Field blower.
Yeah, stadium again.
Pass.
There's a Granbull. Look at that. So, nest ball. Nice Slugma. Build analysis.
I hope you're not planning on using the other thing in that hand there. After having already placed that guy down.
Yeah, I know.
Just making sure.
Just,
it's an easy mistake to make.
Yeah, because I got a... Wait.
That's fine.
I got a
No.
thing off this I can just get... Wait.
Yeah, no, it's fine. No fault, no anything like that. I'm just making absolute sure that that is no longer a playable card.
That's why I didn't even consider. Well, I didn't even consider Dr. Peg, but oh well, we'll play around it.
Reminder text on the card.
Kind of annoying actually, because now I actually look at his hands like, wait a minute, I would have been in a really good position if I had actually done that.
Yep. I'm sorry, but
Yeah. It's a very unconventional way for me to do this, I'm pretty sure. Let me just double check my discard. I haven't lost them all. No, there's still one here. Right. It's going to be unconventional there, but this is actually too good to pass up, I believe. Based on... As I get this... Get this... This is fine.
okay.
Pull rope, and...
Yeah, you've got it because, yeah.
I was gunning because I was gunning
for
Ultra Ball,
this.
discard Granbull, search Granbull to fix that hand.
This
The
wasn't
fact that
going to
this
stick.
was
by the
prized
way.
has just killed it.
Despite that, this wasn't going to stick. There was a power plant in the hand, but yeah.
Yeah, I was going to escape rope that in and give it a smack, and at that point you're in a lot of trouble.
I mean, if I had drew...
I didn't have the energy for that fly. Oh, wait a minute, I didn't have the energy for that line.
No, you did not, huh?
Yeah.
Can't find the healing stuff I need. Just miserable.
Oh, damn it. Yeah, I should have burnt this off.
Yep.
Yeah, I should have burnt this off and made the whole line so much easier because I just topped the energy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's because I can't get my Viridians bumped. I'm not used to playing without Viridian yet.
Oh, that's the thing you have. Yeah, that's one setting that doesn't get carried over, isn't it?
What?
The sort. Yeah, the spread. Yeah.
Yeah, where is that?
What was it in the options?
Menu configuration.
Oh yeah, the menu thing, isn't it?
Settings. In that pile somewhere.
Miscellaneous settings. Yeah.
I know it's a bit of a It's a fiddly one to mess with as well.
In the meantime, I'll give you a clone of the deck so you can look at it after. But I'll spread this one since I'm here. But I'll give you a clone so you can test it after without
3/4 of the way down the relevant settings.
So, well, the one that we've seen before with some new upgrades, of course, because we've had 2 sets worth of stuff. Granbull is still pretty good. It didn't really do as much during this meta, I think, because it gets bodied a little bit by Green Zard, which was pretty common at this time. It can be very difficult for it to actually establish enough damage against them, and like, that sounds crazy because you're hitting 190 with Choice Band, right? But Green Zard can just search double mixed herb, and they've got Acerola plays they can make as well, so they end up just like being too
Oh no, that ain't right.
You gotta set distance as well. You gotta set...
So they end up just being too like resistant to you. Like, if they can blank a couple of turns, which just ends up making it tricky. And you are still Granbull after all. There are going to be turns where you just get missteps that just don't work for you. And at that point, it's like, if you miss a single attack against that sort of deck, then it's going to probably hose you, which is unfortunate. But some of the stuff we do get, Bill's Analysis is pretty good as an extra thing. We can't play greens because, of course, we play Guru, but we do have access to at least a little bit more dig with this. Pokegear is pretty good. You can combine this with Makago or just play it as an extra potential hit. This list is no longer playing any Great Ball, but there is there's still the chance of that can come in as a thing. And Viridian... Yeah. Yep.
I was playing with just show the card off.
Yep. And Viridian Forest is also a really, really good card for this deck. It's just being able to get the energy very easily. You don't have to worry about finding your attachment every time with that. And it also acts as Mysterious Treasure with benefits, right? The other card that's different...
A lot of me being thrown off at the end was just this keeping on getting bumped and me not being used to the deck enough to know what to do when that happens.
Yep. Which is understandable.
Well, I have to respect that because that's part of your draw.
Yeah. And then the other supporter card that's different in here is Red's Challenge is actually pretty good too. Being able to computer search as a supporter, usually a little bit too limited because you often need more than one card in a turn. But when it's in a deck like this, where it's like, okay, that one extra card just sort of fills out the rest of the board state, right? It's still really strong. So, yeah, this was essentially the list I ended up coming up with for the stuff here. I don't think it's completely perfect. There is just a 1 card difference, of course, the Wonder Lab coming in instead here. I don't hate this card, I just never really found a need for it most of the time, and any time I did, it just gets bugged.
That conclusion after playing with it a bunch, it's like, it's neat, but it's just not really what's helping the deck work.
Yeah.
It either gets bumped or it just doesn't do enough. It's also a bit of a brick. It's all...
Yeah. I wanted to try and include, like, the bare sort of minimum. We only played 2 Shrine in the past before, and this deck obviously doesn't play that anymore either. And it's just a case of, you don't want to have too many stadiums, because they are hard onces across all of them. This isn't Yu-Gi-Oh! Where you can play 20 field spells in the same turn, you know? Even if they are the same name. Chicken game into pseudo space into chicken game into blah blah blah, right? So, you know, we can't do anything like that. So we do have to kind of check that a bit. We are playing more supporters than we used to because of the Bill's Analysis as well, but I think just getting into the game more often is also something you can keep in mind. And of course we have an extra discard outlet compared to before, because I mean technically this is also a more repeatable discard outlet, but we did have Mysterious Treasure in this slot instead, so it's discarding the same number, but now we actually have like a raw 5th Ultra Ball type discard, which is really good as well.
That game did show that you can't fully rely on this card.
Yes.
It can get bumped.
Exactly.
Smart opponents will do it a lot.
Yep. Meanwhile, I don't know about this one, and it's not because it's grass in a Reshizard format, because Vileplume is really, really good against Reshizard, since they don't play, at least unless you're me, they don't play any sort of evolution cards really to bounce against us. But yeah, the very occasionally,
and not that many of them.
Yeah. But I don't know what's going on in this list, I'll be honest with you. So, what's the general idea with this then, yeah?
Probably to have two of these set up, and then you're forcing a B-string turn. But with one, I'm starting to see the issues here. Last Chance Potion is meant to be working really well with your Life Force, but not when you prize it. Life Force would have been amazing during that game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because
it turns Granbulls into a 3-shot.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't like that war.
It forces me to find my forest, even if I have to diamond for them. And spoilers, one of these girls was prized.
Which also means I can delete your forest with my other tools as well.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm just... I have seen like quad Pheramosa decks before where they just play on the fact of one of these goes down and then you just absolutely decimate with the beast rings on the following turn and be able to do a bunch of stuff with that. But I mean, I like the inclusion of the Vileplume as a way of being like, okay, Reshizard and Pikarom for that matter, the two biggest decks in the format, just don't really do anything if this comes into play. So like that's neat. But I don't really see what the Virizion is doing here.
Yeah, I think this needs to go.
The only thing that I can see this for is that it's like if you are against Pikarom and they don't have Jolteon, or if they're against Greenzard and they don't have like the Flareon or Arcanine or something, you can use Breeze Away to put the Virizion back in hand as well. So this could put everything that isn't Vileplume back into the hand, and I guess they're not allowed to do anything from there. I think that's the idea, but that seems kind of awkward. I don't know, like maybe
it does do that job though.
Yeah, maybe it's just not good for like us, if you will, because of course we are only 3 people, but we're also not necessarily always playing Zard and Pikarom, right? And I really don't see it doing much against many other decks. Like, I guess maybe Malamar, but even then they can hit with a Malamar if they have to, right? This thing doesn't even one-shot Malamar, so you're probably okay to just swing in with Malamar against a Vileplume. Eventually you'll take it down, right? Between Spell Tag and Giratina hits and whatnot. I suppose Last Chance Potion would be pretty annoying in that sort of thing though, so maybe there's something there with it, but it just looks really, really awkward to me, and I'm not really sure where to go.
Malamar hits 60, right?
60, yeah.
I'm actually looking it up, and I'm seeing that the Japanese lists aren't even playing multiple Buzzmosa. Well, one of them isn't. Third in a 1,200 player thing. Let's see if I can find it on Limitless. This silly vid.
Yeah.
So it might be that it's supposed to be Vileplume first, and Buzzmosa admits to hit to cover your other matchups, but that's a pretty big meta call, I think.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a cool idea, I think, at the very least, because Vileplume is really irritating into a lot of stuff. Oh, wait, no, that was the last one, wasn't it? This one's disgusting into a lot of decks, but, you know, it's just... I don't know. I think, again, maybe it's just because it's against us specifically that it just hasn't really gotten a chance to do the stuff here.
Yeah, this is the one.
Buzzmosa is one of those sort of missed...
Chiba. It's a Japanese.
It's one of those missed opportunities for us over in the West, though, because of the timing of release. This was in the Japanese set prior to Reshizard and all the big fire support stuff coming out, so it had a time to absolutely crush their system with I think it was mostly the quad one that got the most hype anyway. But yeah, Beast Game is kind of devastating if you can actually engineer it properly. But yeah, I don't know. It just seems to be really tough to do, especially, and here it's like it's impossible because you've only got one B-string, right? So this one is weird, but sometimes we like showing weird stuff. So
it actually has a Japan-only card in it.
Yeah, the Team Rocket's harassment thingy, right?
No, this one's a different one. Palace Book.
The heck is that?
Item, draw 3 cards, your turn ends.
Ah.
Into it now.
Rotom V before
like
Rotom V.
Card.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it'd have to be, right?
This card was first awarded to players who won a Palace battle at Pokemon blah blah blah.
Weird. Huh. I don't know.
Which card in the space-time creation to the most... Oh, they get it for winning Deep Diamond Pearl on Hall of Fame. It was reprinted during Sun and Moon era with the same artwork and awarded in the same manner. Okay. Yeah,
Weird.
yeah.
Well, regardless, that's not something that we could play here anyway, so... Interesting trivia, though.
It's an unusual card, I saw it on the list.
So I think, I mean, obviously healing is supposed to be the strength within this one, because Acerola is pretty good with the stuff here as well, but I guess it's just tough because, like, without any native energy acceleration, like, Jet Punch can only get you so far, and I'm just like, I'm not really sure what else it does beyond Jet Punch, right? Because it's just so hard to get this thing charged up within any sort of reasonable time at this stage. Oh. Curiosity for sure, but, yeah. It's a cool card, if nothing else, and it's actually less retreat on this than I thought there would be, too. I guess, I know Pheramosa is fast, but, like, that doesn't translate. Hello, Regieleki, having a free energy retreat cost. So, like, you know... It's
what do you think they're going to give Raging Bolt?
Oh, dear. I forget what the first one actually has, because the EX has been shown, right? I forget, I think it's a 2 or a 3, but I don't remember off the top of my head. I wouldn't be surprised if a non-GX has got a 3, though.
It's a 3.
Yeah. I mean, Raging Bolt's not that fast anyway, so that one's reasonable enough. Okay, with that all said, I think it's time to do the silly. Because I mean, that's kind of where we're at with this one now. We wanted to make sure.
We're doing silly?
We wanted to make sure that Pepper at least had a good chance to show, like, some of the learnings, if you will, with this, because yeah, we've been practicing a bit of the Granbull stuff here to get used to things a bit more. So we wanted to make sure there was at least a little bit of that going on here. And
oh, hang on, is this the purple puffball? I don't want to put that against it.
No, it is not Weezing. Don't worry about it.
Okay. I'd rather not do that. That would be rude.
What would you like?
Let's go Tails.
It is heads. I will go first.
That is a mulligan.
This is definitely not. Ah, right. Yeah. Okay. That's the silly here. Yeah, this is definitely not a mulligan. I don't know if I'd rather it would be or wouldn't be, but that's fine. Okay. Engage silly.
Oh god, okay.
Alright. Unfortunately, this hand is like absolute crap to start off with here. So, we are going to Whitney for 1. It is that bad to start off with here. That really doesn't help either. This might be a pretty quick restart. That is a lot of lag going on as well here. What the heck? Okay, yeah, no. That's all I can do at the start here, so go ahead. Yeah, it's one of those...
I don't know if I'm going to need this, so I'm just going to get rid of it.
Sure. Yeah, this is an unfortunate...
Given what's available.
It's an unfortunate brick opening, so...
Well, that said, I don't want to put this Pokemon down, so I'm going to Cynthia.
Yeah, okay.
You're bricked, why would I give you a Letless?
Yeah, that's fair.
These hands! Okay, Stellar Wish.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't fucking do anything.
Sounds about
Go
right.
ahead.
Flip for the sleep, I guess. Alright, we will draw. God! Okay, we will Gladian. Let's see if that's gonna fix things. Answer is kind of, but not in a way that I like. That is actually very annoying seeing those in the prizes too. Okay. That's going to make things a pain. Oh well. That goes into hand. I guess I'm gonna put a second energy down on this thing, but I'm not gonna use it seeing at the moment because I don't want to put Whitney back in the deck. So go ahead. Yeah, I mean, I guess the flip for sleep doesn't really matter if you're just gonna use it again anyway, right? But yeah, well, it does wake up. Yeah, so that. Oh, you haven't done that bit yet either. Yeah, that's in the top corner at the very least. The rotation degrees. Yep.
Nest ball.
Yep.
Get a Hone Edge. We'll ban the Hone Edge, and actually, should I? Yeah, I should in this case. Stellar Wish.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, I should grab that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
1 second.
Yeah, like I say, it's just in the top corner for the 90-degree turn, so it's not too bad.
Where? Sorry.
There's literally should be the degrees next to the lift height like guy dude at the top right of the screen.
I might be blind.
Yeah, it's not in any of the menus. It's there's at least on my HUD. Yeah, there's lift height and rotation degrees. There you go. Yeah, Sai's just gotten a new system set up, a new like hard drive setup, so some of the setting stuff didn't
Lily
transfer
for two?
over. Yep.
Of course you would draw Cynthia. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the flip probably doesn't matter, but might as well.
Probably not
anyway.
at this point, no, but...
Okay, we have kind of unbreaked. I'm not happy about the way this is gonna have to go, but I did get Lele off of Gladian, so we will be able to do something. I know what the prizes are, at least for the most part, and I'm kind of annoyed at a couple of them, but that's fine. We are going to grab Elm.
Yeah, it makes sense.
We are going to use the Elm to grab Salandits. Trying to think if I want... Yeah, I mean, I guess I probably should, shouldn't I? Grab the third one. I still don't want to put these in the deck at the moment, though, because they're not really doing anything for me there. So, I'm gonna... Am I gonna put it... Am I really putting this out? I mean, I guess you've not got a lot else dinging at the moment. Fuck it, yeah, I'm gonna put the third energy on, and I'm gonna Profound Knowledge to do 60 and Auto Confuse. If I do end up taking a knockout on this thing, then there's actually a couple of cards I want in the prizes, so there we go. Also, Lele does take chip, yeah. Yep. So, Mr. Tool Drop is down.
Cynthia.
Yep. This is a problem. Normally, it doesn't take me like 4 turns to get a single
Ultra
basic
Ball,
down here.
discarding
So.
Doublade and Adventure Bag.
Yep.
BCE, Marshadow.
Yep.
We are doing 1, 2, 3, 4. Still not enough.
Isn't it?
There's not really much to change. Is it? 30.
100.
Oh, it is enough.
Yeah, it's 30
I thought
times,
it was 20.
isn't it?
Sorry.
Yeah, that's the old one that was 20 times.
We will retreat out with our board and tool drop.
Yeah, and that is GG, to be honest with you, because I can't really get started at this point. Your dude does take chip as well, but the Genesect.
Yes.
For what it's worth. Alright, we will nest ball at the very least. But yeah, realistically this game's over because I just haven't been able to establish anything because my prizes are untenable here. But it is how it be. We will Whitney to draw 3 because I have 1 Whitney in the discard. So there's that. Yeah, no, I can't do anything. So let's just go game 2. 2 Salazzle in the prizes. So my game's already dead. There's nothing I could possibly do. So let's try again. I mean, again, I usually don't. It doesn't normally take 4 turns before I get a single basic Pokemon down. So like, you know, that was unbelievably bad, and that is a mulligan somehow.
Same.
And I forget how many basics are even in your deck with stuff as well. It's okay. Well, this is a hand at the very least. Alright, let's see what we can do. We will draw. Also, starting Rachi every time is nice, isn't it? We have Nest Ball, so I guess we'll start there. Oh, fan-fucking-tastic. Both of those are prized, huh? I think this game's also a loss, to be honest, but I can play this one out at least. There are ways of being able to do this. But seeing 2 of those already in the, those 2 prized specifically, this game's already looking like it's over. Oh well, yeah, let's just see what we can do. We'll grab one of these out, and then we'll go 1 and 2, and that will do. Go ahead.
Cynthia?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's not strictly over, but that's not looking good.
Nest Ball?
Mm-hmm. Another Rachi, yep.
Adventure Bag?
Yeah, yep. Grab yourself 2 tools. Mm-hmm.
Second Nest Ball?
Mm-hmm.
This is an Oranguru deck, don't put that down. Stellar Wish for the first one, I'll grab out tokens.
Mm-hmm.
Guess we take that because thins the deck. Second.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Might as well flip for it anyway, just to thing it. Kind of do have to, after all. Alright, well we have a Salazzle, so we are going to Roast Reveal to draw the 3. Look at draw the bottom three. Which is alright. We do have the energy at the very least. Not great beyond that, mind you. What have we got? The 3 in there. It's probably okay to get that going. Yeah, we'll fire Crystal just to get that back in hand real quick, because it's probably better fire Crystal going to the bottom of the deck than the energy. And yeah, there's only 3 cards in my discard at the moment, so it's the Nest Ball, the Looker, and the Fire Crystal are going to get recovered with Resource Management.
Yep. Genesect, Stealthy Hood, DCE, Stellar Wish, and no, I should Cynthia first. Well, frying pan?
Yep.
Yeah, that's showing it's white for me, so just... There we go.
Yeah, Genesect can have 2 tools on it after all, so...
Stellar Wish.
Yeah,
probably makes sense to keep one of those around. And then we'll retreat out and... Oh wait, this isn't a...
It's not a Doublade, no.
Oh, I'm an idiot. Yeah, Ultra Ball, discarding, Shrine of Punishment, and Stealthy Hood. Then we'll get our Doublade out and do that. Yep, and we'll tool drop.
Yeah, I mean, you've already won. This is pointless, to be honest. Yeah, I'm not even gonna go through it. It's pointless.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're starting too good. That's I guess the problem with it here. Yeah, I prized also 2, 3, 4, actually 5 key components in here. So like, there was never a fucking hope, to be honest. 2 of them were absolutely mandatory, and then there's like 3 which are too good to have like prized like that. So yeah. Try one more off of it. Okay, I mean, yeah, this is looking... Actually, I mean, this is not looking that amazing, but it's better than what I have been having, so... I mean, you just keep starting Jirachi every single time as well, so, like, I've already lost, to be honest, but whatever. We'll play the Elm. It's like you just have it every single time, and it's like there's no way I can even hope to keep up with this. Okay, so what have we not got this time? 2 of those. Alright, well, so much for that engine, I guess. So that's not going to be playable anymore. I mean, it could be worse. It's not like, you know, the exact Pokemon that's needed every single time, but still could be better. But we are going to just grab the army. That is
Bunch of lizards.
Thing that we do. Yeah, too bad I can't get to the Guru, but you know, whatever. We'll just have to get there later. I think there's also more search stuff for that in the prizes as well, which is ridiculous again, but who cares? Yeah, I think everything else is alright though, so assuming I can get to it at some point, we'll probably be okay. I think I need to attach an energy here as well. Go ahead. It's not great, but like, that might be the way I have to get to it, so we'll see.
We'll pop down trying to get rid of it.
Yep.
Adventure Bag. Can't play his hand down any further, so will Lily.
Yep, draw 5 because it's your first turn.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a bit of lag going on at the moment, isn't there? So.
Put down a Hone Edge and a Mew. Ultra Ball discarding choice bands.
Okay, yep. Yeah, you don't really need that much in this.
I've only
do you?
seen...
So...
Yeah, I've only seen Lele, and I can take a Lele without.
That you can.
I think we'll grab a monkey of our own.
Mm-hmm.
Put a hood on it, and instruct for 2.
Yep. Hey, kid.
Go ahead.
And brothers.
Oh wait, I can attack. No. I think I prefer to get a pan on that, actually. Yeah, go ahead.
Right, okay. So long as we're good.
I was just thinking, this can attack. Fire is something I should be careful of.
That is fair, because Salazzle does do 60, so that is fair. It does get a kill here. So, alright, Looker. Oh, right, yeah. Come on. Do the thing. Yeah, there's a lot of lag at the moment. I don't know what's going on with that. Okay, we might be able to get actually doing something here, which is, it's a start, because we have 2 of these. I think I will evolve the bench ones. We'll use 1 roast reveal. I should probably also get markers out for this, to be honest. Draw the 3. That's not amazing, but it does kind of help. It's just annoying, but it's not, like, disastrous here. We'll Ultra Ball discarding Whitney and Delphi Hood of my own here. To grab Guru. And I'll Nest Ball another one whilst I'm here. Let's just get the stuff all going. Do that. We will, since I can't call for family anymore, obviously, we will pay the 1 retreat, Fire Crystal my 2 back. Use our second roast reveal to draw 3. And yeah, not much else for it, so we'll do that and get back 1, 2, and probably Ultra Ball was the 3rd one. So yeah, resource manage. Middle manage all of those resources.
So we have 2 Doublades.
Yep. Streak maintained. Good job, Azure. You did the thing.
Adventure Bag Field Search.
Yeah, okay.
The question is Stellar Wish or Instruct first? I think it's Instruct.
Fair dues, yep.
Instruct for 2.
Excuse me.
Stellar Wish.
Mm-hmm.
We'll play Lily for 3.
Yep. Yeah, I was surprised
And
you
frying
didn't just
pan.
take that out of the deck with a bag, but sure.
Oh right, I could have. Yeah, I'm an idiot.
It's fine.
And we'll tool drop.
Yep, and it begins. Alright, see if we can do anything about that. Right, so yeah, we're gonna roast. Draw that. That's not unreasonable. Ultra Ball, pitching Virizion GX and the boy. if it wasn't already obvious, that's the war crime we're trying to do here.
I was expecting much more. I was actually expecting much more cancerous things than this.
Oh yeah, no. I'm not gonna be that guy at the moment. Yeah,
because this was very much something that did exist.
It's super dumb, but like, yeah, it does exist, and there is that to it. Right, so yeah, we'll get another Salazzle down. We'll use the second first reveal, and the third one onto there. Okay, not awful. Fire Crystal, grab back 3 of these. So we can do that. Support of this turn is going to be Gladian, because I ain't got much else I want to do at the moment, so... see, now the problem is there's like a couple of cards I want out of here. They're not mandatory, it's just like there's a couple that I want out of here, which... I don't know what's better. Probably that? So do that. Excuse me. Right, that's all of that lot used. We will Nest Ball for another Guru. Keep that going. Attach, as you know. Rescue Stretcher to shuffle here, because we have exactly 3 to put in. So we will do that. And then we need to manage our resources here with the crystal. It's probably best being Crystal Stretcher Ultra Ball would be the bet to see here. I'm not sure if Ultra Ball's even right here, but I don't really think anything else matters here. I could just not play it, right? So, you know. Yeah, and that is everything I can do this turn.
Right, Cynthia?
Mm-hmm.
I think I know what I need to do here. It's just whether I can get to it.
Oh, that is the question.
Not with this hand. Okay, this is a problem.
It's not a problem yet, but yeah.
Full drop.
Yep.
At this point, I know what I need, and it's just whether I can get it in time.
Oh yeah, I know exactly what you're looking for, which is the problem for me as well. It's like, it's, yeah, if you get it, then it's going to be a thing, isn't it? Alright, we will roast. Draw 3. Oh, that's interesting at least. I don't know if that's actually what I need at this moment in time, but it is interesting. Well, it would get me a number 1, so I guess that's kind of cool. Where are we at? I forget if it's even in deck at the moment. Is the problem? I'm gonna have to like actually group my hand in a bit as well, so I can see how many cards I have when it gets later in. Because
yeah, I was about to say, do you want to like have a damage counter and use that to keep track?
Probably not, because it changes too often. I mean, I might when we get to like end of turn or something, but in the middle of the turn it changes too quickly, really. Let's. I really want to not do it immediately, but yeah, we'll be fine. We'll use the second one to get that. Okay, now that.
Okay.
Oh. Pick this up to count your... Oh, okay. So...
14.
Is it just like... Oh, right. Where's the thing for it? Oh, right, it shows it on the thing. Right. Okay. Cool. So we'll keep that around then. So does that dynamically update when I do this as well? I'm assuming it does.
Probably going to need to click it every now and again, I think.
Yeah,
But
no, it'll
maybe.
be fine. It'll be fine. Let's do the third roast here. Get that. Nope, it does dynamically. That's pretty cool. Okay, that's what I was kind of looking for. We do have the fourth Salazzle, so we will do our fourth roast here.
Yeah, that's a big problem.
Potentially. So we have all of that. Let's go... So we got 15 there, 17 in hand. I mean, yeah, I have Fire Crystal, so we're just going to use that first, because that's the type of thing that's going back in the deck every time possible. So we will get that. It's one of those, if I know what I want to do, I just don't know the exact way that I need to do it. Solely because one of the pieces I want is in the prizes, but it's only a want, it is not a need. That's the bit, so it's like, what do I need to do with this one? There are, what, just a 1 in the discard at the moment. But unfortunately that one can't go there. I don't think I need to put the stuff back in the deck. I bottom decked a Fire Crystal last turn, so like Looker is a reasonable option for it here. Just to get them back. 2, 3, 4, because then we get 2 of these back, and I think we're in good stead there. Yeah, let's look at the bottom 3 here. If it'll let me. Go. Yeah, because we got, yeah, the Ultra Ball Fire Crystal Stretcher is what I had. So we can do Rescue Stretcher to pick up here. So we can keep this Guru in check. We can Fire Crystal 3 of these back. One of which can just go active, so I don't waste time with that. Draw those again. So we're at 21. Yeah, not a lot else to do with this turn. So we will just resource manage 2 crystal and heavy slump chain here and just heal. Oh, no. And I think it is probably still the stretcher goes back to the bottom here as well.
Yep. Okay. Potential. Okay. I cannot really get rid of anything in hand is the issue. So I'm just dumping more cards back in.
That is the problem when it interacts like this, isn't it?
But I don't have a choice.
You've got to find it. Oh boy.
Nest swap.
That's not going to do it.
No, it's not. Shit. Fuck. Retreat. No, is this a 3? No, it's a 2 retreat.
It's a 2 retreat. Yeah, I was thinking this was going to be the play as well. It's like you really need to find it like as soon as here.
No. I'm gonna let you get it. Go ahead.
All right. I don't think I can do it this turn, but like... because I'm trying to see... Yeah, I don't think I have a way of doing it this turn, because there's 22 in hand, there's another 14 there. Oh, it might actually be possible, right? Because I can fire crystal a bunch of stuff back, but the problem is I don't have space on the bench, do I? Yeah. That is the other bit here.
Active?
I actually have to have
Maybe
it
that's
active.
the win con. No, because you just loop me forever. Shit.
Well, I mean, I can, but I can also just kill you with profound knowledge eventually. That's what I'm gonna have to do. If it's like, that's the thing here. If you don't hit me with this one, I am eventually just gonna win by taking prizes, because I will just do that, right?
And I've killed myself out of that because Shrine of Punishment. Okay, yeah, no. Because no, this isn't psychic shit.
It's not psychic.
No, I could do it though. That would stop it, but at the same time, Shrine of Punishment.
Right. Oh yeah, you're thinking because of that. Yeah, you could put that on Genesects. Yeah, and then I just resource loop until it dies by Shrine, right? Yeah, as you're saying.
Exactly. It's I'm not in a winning. I'm not in a position where I can win from here. So go for it.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like, yeah, because like if it gets to the point where this thing dies, then yeah, I do just have it. But if we don't get there, I'm not immediately sure. But I have ways, right? So I think we do just.
Problem is, if I kill anything, I'd lose immediately. So what's the point?
Probably.
Yeah, you know, just.
Yeah.
Get it. There's no point going on here. This fucking mess right here.
Oh dear God. See, I thought I was...
And I still got a good start.
See, I thought I was kind of being annoyed this time because I had 2 Whitney in the prizes. That's where the Gladian thing in. 2 Whitney, 2 Nestball. The Lele was also in the prizes, and Look is kind of fine, but like, you want to look at chain.
Oh, fuck you, game.
Do you want to keep going with this? Because I can... No, it's like I can kind of do the thing, but like...
No, it's fine.
Because the
it's
way
just funny.
Yeah. No, because I think I still play most of this turn out and get the 2 fire crystals down at the bottom because, like, yeah, I've got 14 in deck. I still discard most of the way through. Fire crystals are at the exact bottom of the deck. I have one stadium bounce in here as well for obvious reasons because it's Heat Factory, but like I don't. But
you wouldn't be bouncing that because it only helps you.
Yeah, I wouldn't bounce it.
That up.
I wouldn't bounce it until I absolutely had to, which would be a case of probably like. Oh shit, I've drawn into this after you've played the Marshadow down. Yeah, all 3 of my crystals are at the bottom of the deck, but I would guarantee at least 1 based on the draw stuff here, because I've got 12 cards to draw, and then I've got my supporter stuff I could play as well. So yeah, I think the way this turn would play out is I basically empty my entire deck. I've got Looker to do that in hand somewhere, I think. Oh, I've got Whitney as well. I can just use one of the Whitneys and be like, yeah, I can just like dump, wiggle. You can just dump like the entire thing down and resource manage back and attach 1 to the active to get ready for attacking and just be like resource manage the crystals and stuff back in. If you do Marshadow me at that point, then it's probably not the end of the world because I've still got a ton of energy left since I have just fire crystalled them all back into hand, right? So they're all directly there.
I wonder if it'd be worth having a Viridian in there.
Viridian maybe, but you've got a discard for Viridian, so it goes hand neutral, right?
Yes, but if you get an energy, then you can roast reveal.
Yeah, this deck plays 14 energy though. So if we actually bring this out and show the thing, this is lifted directly from Omnipotent because honestly, I wanted to make changes to it. There's a couple of cards in particular I would have wanted in here, but just didn't really have space to fit them in. Those 2 in particular are Rainbow Energy and Acerola, because that can be the way to pick up like the Salazzle at the end of the game as well if you're dinging it in. So. For anyone wondering just what the heck was going on and why it took, like, it was a bit of a slow start on a couple of the things, but, like, why it was so rough to begin with. The idea of this is Unknown Hand. If you have it active and you have exactly, 35 or more cards in your hand at the time, you can just win the game automatically. It's the world's largest Exodia because you've got to go above the alphabet for it. So, Yeah, that's the goal. And we have the roast reveal to discard fire, draw 3. We've got fire crystal to get the free fire energies back, and we recover the fire crystals with Oranguru to put them onto the bottom of the deck, which we can then draw with Looker. So any free cards we put on the bottom, we specifically get to draw next turn if we have a Looker in the hand. So we build up a hand as we go, and then hopefully get to the 35 and go from there. Quite often, you're going to end up having to play too many cards down before the 35 is doable, so you have to pick up your board, which is where the Virizion comes in. Because for any 1 energy, you can pick up any of your Pokemon, put them into the hand. So you leave yourself with 2 in play, one of which will then probably get knocked out next turn, but you get 1 that's still in play, so you can play down the Unown the turn after, play a switch, or if it's a Salazzle or something in the active, pay to retreat it, and you go from there. Because if you pick up like 3 Salazzle plus the Virizion that's got the energy on it, you're picking back up 8 cards, right? So then you're basically going to get to over 35 at that sort of point. And if the opponent doesn't immediately judge or Marshadow you on that turn, you are winning the game instantly. Obviously, that is very possible, and the fact that this deck does play a Marshadow is sketchy to thingy with. But yeah, it's just sometimes they're just not gonna have it, or sometimes they've overbenched off the stuff. You're not taking prize cards.
Sometimes you prize 3 Ultra Balls.
Sometimes you prize 3 Ultra Ball. It's like, yeah, it's like you're not taking prize cards. It doesn't matter to me, right? So, yeah. We want to get the Salazzles out as quick as possible, so we do have Elm's Lecture instead of Fan Club in here, because Slandit is what you want to get more often than not. You need probably 3 of these in play. Ideal board state would be like 3 of these, 2 Guru, and then whatever. Really, you don't often want an extra board stat. If you can fit 4 of these in, then it's kind of decent, but 3 is probably ideal, because then if you don't, like if a situation like our last game there comes up, where the opponent just isn't going to interact with you that way, then you can just place the Unown down when you get enough cards in hand, right? So, yeah. Because if I had the space, I would have had it in that last game just as is, right? Because I had fire crystals to get, so I discard like 3 whatever fire energy, get all the stuff out of my deck, and be able to play Switch plus Unown with the space that was there. That is the other reason to play the Rainbow plus Acerola potentially as well, though, right? Because that could have also freed up the board slot rather than having to have Virizion there. Is if I just go, yeah, Rainbow on a Salazzle, Acerola it, then I can bench the Unown and win the game on the spot there. So there are other ways of doing this, but this was the first one that I remember seeing. This is the one I think I played back in the day as well. I did not build this deck myself. It was far too convoluted for me, right? This is the kind of Yu-Gi-Oh nonsense that is just like, yeah, too much for me to sort of build in, but hey.
Yeah, Chain Destruction would make this very sad. Oops, where's your Salazzles?
You know what else would make this very sad? That Persian.
Yes.
Literally unwinnable. Which would be very funny. Yeah, this is
just thinking, we don't have any supporters that put things in the Lost Zone in hand, do we?
Not in the Lost Zone, no, I don't believe. Oh, I mean, not from hand. We've technically got Faber that puts stuff in the Lost Zone, but it's tools and special energy and whatnot. So
that's not good enough. I'd need Giraffe Rig.
Yeah, basically. Or Slow King.
That would be really sad for you.
Slow King would be the worst one, right? Because Memory Melt would just Lost Zone all the stuff from it. So yeah, that one card in your Aerodactyl deck would totally do it if you get the Rainbow Energy down on it. Yeah, clearly there's some price-sensitive stuff in here. You can't afford to play more than 1 Unown, to be honest, because if you do, then it's just, I mean, obviously going to start with it more often, but it's not a card that... It's the same as the Exodia Pieces, right? It's not a card that helps you win the game until you have won the game. So you don't want to draw it most of the time. You want it to be available, but you don't want it until you absolutely are winning. So playing more than 1 of it just means you're going to start it more often, which means you aren't starting Guru, which means you don't get to resource manage early. So yeah, don't really want that. Likewise, the Lele is kind of annoying to have to play, but sometimes you have to Lele for Elms, and that's just the way it goes, right? you know, you really want to get as many of these lizard bastards down as possible in the start of the game, so you just have to do what you have to do sometimes. And yeah, with the price-sensitive nature of the deck, 2 Gladion is the minimum that I would play here. It's hard to fit Gladion into turns sometimes, so I don't think I'd want to play a third one, but you absolutely have to play 2, because if you don't, you're going to prize this alongside the Unown, and then you are depressed. You know? Obviously, you can't win.
God forbid you prize all 3.
Yeah, I mean, 1 in 1,000 or whatever, right? It's going to happen sometimes, but, you know. I keep pricing 2 pieces of it.
I had a 1 in 1,000 there.
I guess, but you also have 4 instead of 3, so there's maybe slightly reduced on that, I don't know. This is also legitimately the only deck that could ever play Whitney. And we didn't get to see a good value off of it here, because I just didn't get a good start with it, and I prized 2 of them in that last game. But Whitney for drawing 5 or 7 is pretty disgusting in this kind of deck, to be honest. Because, yeah, with this being a hard draw as opposed to draw up until, it's, yeah, draw 7 is a pretty good thing from what I've heard. Especially when you don't have to discard your hand to do it. Yeah.
Well, this is the premier anti-spread deck of the format.
Yes, because we have so many bits with it here. We were talking a bit about this one, I think, in the the end of the last bit when I showed the wheezing stuff, so I'll be brief on it here, but Tool Drop is available again. It's on stage 1 this time, not a basic, but it is for a DCE, which, and being on evolution means triple acceleration energy you can do it, so you
it also doesn't discard the tools.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
and
not...
it's all Pokemon.
Yeah, it's not a tool destruction thing like Gourgeist is, although Gourgeist's damage output is higher, but it forces you to discard the tool, so it's limited in how many times you can play it. So, whereas this one, yeah, it's for every tool in play. 30 damage is quite a bit. And, yeah, I mean, against tag team type decks, you can often get to, like, the 180, 210 sort of mark if you put a choice band down, and that's more than good enough to trade.
Higher is possible. I think this can get 240 with just my tools.
No, right? Because it's 30 times, it's not 30 plus. Right?
Yes, but
oh, I guess you have
tools,
7.
7 tools.
7 tools in hand.
There's a choice band on there.
Yeah, that's fair, that's fair. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, there's like 6 generally speaking, but the Genesect can technically get there as well. So, yeah, that makes sense.
Hit tag team numbers.
Yeah,
I don't think you one-shot Pikarom just because I think it probably resists metal.
I believe it does, yeah. I'm pretty sure.
So unless they put a tool down, you're not doing that, but at the same time...
Yeah.
You're doing way too much damage to them, it's not even
You are doing a lot of damage, yeah. Obviously, this keeps getting one shot in return, so it's almost like Granbull sort of in that way, where it's like you've got to keep getting the stuff for it. This one doesn't have to keep like solving a puzzle every single turn to get the things, but it also has a lot of other vulnerabilities to it, right? Like obviously Field Blower is a huge issue in general because you've got a lot of tools. Yeah, Honchkrow can obviously be a problem if it gets active. Your entire deck shuts off because you can't play the tools, you can't shrine it, and you can't play the energy. So like that.
Hello, Galarian Persian.
Yeah, the Persian. I think the Persian's annoying, isn't it? Because of the special energy part, right? So yeah, that would be
annoying. I can't damage it.
Yeah.
Because of its smug face.
But, I mean, you lose all your energy next set anyway. I mean, you've got triple acceleration, but, like, you lose the main energy for next set anyway, so this deck couldn't really be played at that point.
Yeah, it's like wheezing in that regard. This is sort of the last gasp of something like this.
Yep. So, yeah, the other deck I was going to play was, like, the Baby Blacephalon thing, but, like, I'll be honest, it's fine. It loses energy retrieval, but that's about the only thing. That and Wishful Baton are the things it really loses going into the next set, but like it's still playable. So, and the fact that there's more of a GX focus means it's probably better, you know, into the format at the very least going forward. So I didn't really feel the need to do that here. And let's be honest, when the hell are you ever going to see something as dumb as this otherwise? I figured... I mean, we technically, I think we have maybe played a one-of a Guru in a deck somewhere, but it's like the Zoroark sort of thing, maybe. I don't think we've really played this Guru, like, anywhere else. Not that it's done anything anyway. So I thought, you know what? This is stupid enough to work. I know how to do this.
It only shows up in the bullshit control decks most of the time.
Most of the time, yeah. And it's like, I know how to play this deck. It's not the easiest of things to do. Like, it sounds like it would be really easy. It's like, oh, just, pick up 3 cards every turn with a pain. Just draw a bunch of cards. How hard can it really be? Well, you need over half of your deck in your hand. Prizing is one issue, but just playing cards is also an issue, right? Because you need to have 35 cards after you play the Unown into the active slot in order to get this to work.
And you're minus 10% of your deck to prizes at all times.
Mm-hmm. And you're playing evolution cards down so you can get the draw power going. Because without the Salazzles you can't draw, which then means you've got to play 2 Pokemon down, 2 cards down, to get a single draw going. You need like 3 of these, ideally, to get enough draws. And your supporter cards don't come back very easily. You could probably Palpad, but I think it'd be a bad idea in here, to be honest. Like, Palpad, there's the reason, like, Rescue Stretch is also kind of weird sometimes, because Fire Crystal's good, because it's a +2, right? It gets you 3 cards back into the hand for the cost of 1, and then you put that on the bottom of the deck so you can get it again next turn. That's fine. Rescue Stretcher is, like, kind of +2 once you draw the thing, but you've still got to pay to draw, so it's debatable. But like, other than that, it's awkward, right? You really do like having the Stretcher because you can Ultra Ball Pokemon away and stuff like that and get more stuff going back into the deck, but it doesn't plus you in the same sort of way. Palpad technically is the same way, right? Because it shuffles 2 supporters back in, but it also gives you less cards in deck, so you don't draw as many off the next roast reveals. That's like, it's a delayed, maybe +1. It goes neutral, really, at that sort of point. So it's like, you don't really have a good way of getting the supporters back in, other than just hard resource managing them. And then how are you getting the Fire Crystals back in if you're spending too many on the supporters? How are you getting the Stretcher? Yeah, kinda, like Magical Mallet sort of bit, yeah, to do it. But, yeah, it's not a bad thing, obviously. Shoutouts to the one Stealthy Hood in here, by the way. Can you guess why this is in here?
It's probably protect something from abilities. I'm not sure what, though.
Prevent all effects of the opponent's abilities done to the Pokemon this card is attached to. Remove any such existing effects.
Is there anything that locks abilities?
There is.
Galarian Muck.
Yeah, the Alola Muck. Yeah, it protects against that. Because this is an ability. If Alola Muck comes down, it's an ability on a basic, you are not going to be able to trigger it. But the Stealthy Hood ignores that, right? Because it prevents the effects of Muck's ability from affecting your Unown. So that is the way that you win if the opponent's like Zoroark and they put Muck down or something and they go, ha ha ha, now you can't win. And I'm like, no, we can. Stealthy Hood was also prized in like 2 games, by the way.
I was using in case you had like Bright Flame in here somewhere. I wasn't sure if that was available.
The 9 Temptations, the 9-tails.
Just to stop you from yoinking things in and stopping me from attacking?
Yeah, the 9 Temptations, like 9-tails thing. You could use it on a Salazzle or something for that. That is possible as well. But
that's why I was using it in this, just in case you had some way of locking me in. I wasn't sure what I was up against first.
That is fair. I did kind of conceal it in the first couple of games.
Usually if I see that Oranguru, I'm expecting Counter Catcher, all that fun, hammers, etc.
Yeah. Though Counter Catcher especially is a card that you could consider in here, but it's another, like, you've got to take an engine piece out at that point. It's also just a card that's like, well, you know, you've got to just, I guess, play it at the right sort of spot for that to be good. It isn't a bad choice, but it's more the fact of it's an engine. Like, the more items that you play, right, the harder it becomes to keep enough cards in hand. So, like, where are we taking it out from? We can't take it out for a switch because you need to switch at the end of the game, because ideally it's going to be like Guru as the active and then play switch to get to Unown, right? So,
or even to get your Salazzle out of the active and get a Guru active.
Yep. So we can't do it for that. Stretcher is very awkward to get rid of because you do want Stretcher, even if it's just to pick up the Guru. That's often a thing that you'll have to do, so like that's probably a bit sketch.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say if you were running Palpad, maybe a singular Titanizer.
Hmm.
Like, not for the first effect, but as a recursive switch.
Yeah, for the switch effect, yeah, I could see that, but... Because ideally you want to be chaining Looker, I think, most turns, because, like, as I noted during the game, Looker just lets you take all 3 cards that you put back from Oranguru, so you guarantee what you're getting off of that, which is very helpful for stuff here. If you're not playing
But
Looker...
if you need that thing at the end of the game,
yeah.
and someone's been very aggressive at targeting down and trying to lock you out of stuff,
Yeah.
having a Titanizer around might not be the worst thing.
Possibly. Yeah, and it's like, I would ideally want a 4th Fire Crystal in here as well, but where's that getting fit in for, right? It's just because of prizing this is really annoying. If you prize 1, or God forbid you prize 2 of these, and then you've got to go Guardian hunting for that as well, right? Ends up being an issue. And 14 fire is probably the minimum that you could afford to put in here, because you need to discard them all the time. You still need one for Oranguru's resource management every turn, so you do, and this is your main thing that you're cycling, right? Because you're discarding, draw 3, fire crystal, get 3 back into hand, then resource manage the fire crystal so you can keep drawing. That's the whole engine. There's not really much of a way you can cut this down, I don't think. If we didn't have to worry about the muck, of course the Stealthy Hood would be a thing to go away, but yeah, you need some way against that thing, and I would rather not take the auto loss, especially when the rest of the deck is resistant to it, right? Like, not much else really cares about the Alola Muck in here, so you can still draw, you can still do everything for it, so you can kind of lull them into a, okay, I can't do anything here sort of it, right? Oh, I'm stuck, it's like over for me, and I'm just going through the motions while you do the thing, and then it's like, haha, you know, literally ninjutsu arts over here being like, yeah, I'm actually winning this turn, get wrecked. So, you know, yeah. But that's the core idea. For anyone who's not seen this sort of dumb thing before, it's draw everything possible when recover your stuff to keep cycling. Eventually, probably use Virizion to pick up your evolutions if you played enough down, and then the next turn, 35 cards in hand, Unown gets the win. And yeah, it's really dumb, but it's very funny, and sometimes that's what matters more.
And this deck's just neat.
Yeah, oh, Tool Drop is always fun. It might not be the best deck ever. This time round it's not as good because it's on an evolution, right? So it's hard to... Yes, it hits good numbers, but like, this one's a lot harder, I think, to play than the Trubbish was before, just because of the whole fact that you've got to keep evolving up as well. Still gets one shot every turn, just like Trubbish did, so it's no more sturdy than it used to be, but it's a lot of fun, for sure. There
are decent tools for the metal types now, at least, that they can exploit.
Whilst it wouldn't solve all of the durability issues, there is technically one other bit that can be added to this if you wanted a bit more sustained, like maybe not die in one hit every time here as well. There is an Aegislash in format which has got like 140 HP, minus is 40 when on itself. And of course we have Shining Celebi, or even potentially Memory Energy, but I think that would be a bit too awkward.
I think adding Shining Celebi might be a bit cute.
Yeah, possibly, but like you could still put the tool on it and it's fine. But it's just like, yeah, Aegislash at basically 180 HP isn't going to get one shot every time, especially when you put one of these like frying pans or something down, right? Then it's really not gonna get KO'd every single turn. So that's the other sort of possibility. It is a bit too cute. Might work better if Jasmine engine stuff was used here as well, actually. That's the other thing that could be considered in here is Jasmine, right? Yes, indeed. Yeah, Jasmine was in the version I was like building for Team Up, because I was kind of going silly on the stuff there. But being able to search for 5 metal Pokemon on your first turn is kind of good, I've heard. So, like, that's also a possibility for the deck, is to And even later on in the game, like search your deck for one metal Pokemon still gets you to the Doublade, right? So it's still usable later as well. So there's another fun way that this can get played. It's what I like about Pokemon decks. There's always different ways that you can do this stuff with it, different texts and things you can include just to make things fun. So
This is I hate spread and everyone who uses it.
yeah, we did kind of over-tech this one for the Weezing matchup after I did beat it with Weezing when there was about 2/3 of the defensive tool count of this lot down here. In fact, it was about half of it, right? Because you play like what, 1 hood, 2 goggles or something, or was it the other way around?
Yeah, it was 1 hood, 1 goggles, 3 pan. Right.
Yeah. So it's like. Yeah, I still beat, and 1 Mew. I was like, I still beat this deck with Weezing at that point. And I think it was just a Kieran moment where it just like snapped to going, I am not losing to this ever again. I'm gonna overtech my entire team to beat Ogerpon. I mean, Weezing, but yeah.
I haven't had a winning matchup against Weezing yet.
True, Weezing is really annoying to beat for most of it. So. Just to briefly show for anyone who is interested on the stuff, I will just quickly show the Blans here, because I think we're an hour 49 in. I think we're probably about set on the stuff here. I know we've only had like 2 actual matchups going on here, but let's face it, we've already done most of the matchups we wanted before anyway. So
this is the other one I would have liked to have done, but just other stuff.
Yeah. Meanwhile, yeah, Vikavolt is the other thing that's like could have been really cool. Maybe could be returned to at some point in because this doesn't need the twin energy, but like maybe could be returned to some point in the future, because like once we get the consistency stuff for Quick Ball and everything again, this is still totally reasonable. 220 damage if you discard all the energy is very, very good in Lightning, right? Because you can Electro Power, get it to 280, and whoops, that's even ADP getting knocked out. So, like, yeah. Vikavolt is really cool, and yeah, it's a bit of a shame we didn't get to actually show this one as well for it. But again, there's only so much we can do with a set this diverse, right? We have played 3 actual recording sessions, but about 4 sessions outside of that as well, I think, at this point, going through all the stuff here. We've really been quite exhaustive on this this format. So as much as it
format,
it is pretty good, yeah. Despite Green Zard, right, or Welder and everything being silly, it's a pretty alright format. Like I've said, go on.
I used it for funny, at least.
It's like I said, I don't...
Blissey doing Blissey things.
Yeah, Blissey was silly. Like, I don't think the tag teams themselves were the part that actually, like, wrecked everything going through this. Because, like, we've had a lot of fun with a lot of good decks, too, with it. It hasn't just been playing Pikarom, Reshizard every time and winning with them every time, right? There's been plenty...
I haven't played either.
Yeah, there's been like plenty of diversity in the stuff too. I mean, God, I played Reshi, but I played it in a totally different way to what you'd expect. So, like, even that's kind of neat. I played Gardevoir and Sylveon, for Pete's sake. That won everything that wasn't Reshizard or Pikarom, so, you know, that was still pretty good. And, but, like, tag teams in general haven't been the only thing that's playable. That, unfortunately, yeah, as you have shown, for sure. That, unfortunately, doesn't entirely, like, happen, but is very close to it with this rotation because of the consistency hit to everything that isn't GXs. So, yeah, kind of sucks. But there are still a lot of playable cards as we go forward as well, and I'm sure somebody's going to try the stupid Chandelure deck just for the fun of it, so, you know, lots of silly stuff to look forward to going through as well. So but yeah, a lot of people like to doom and gloom the tag teams as being like overly oppressive and just being like I mean, it's a dumb direction to take the game, but it's not a game ending sort of direction.
Okay, I disagree, but I want to say Weezing is very oppressive.
Yeah, Weezing is very oppressive. That is very, very true. Wheezing is
I
extremely...
was gonna say, Weezing has gave me more trouble than the tag teams. I
Yeah.
can just slap those out.
Yeah, exactly. Weezing, on the other hand, he makes you think a lot more, and thinking is difficult.
Exactly. Never have I been good at thinking.
Your words, not mine. Right, yeah, so for anyone still like listening to the blather going on here a bit, thank you very much for watching. We hope this has been entertaining at least. I know it's very weird seeing a silly deck like this come up, but sometimes you've got to do the dumb things as well. I think it's neat to see. And yeah, next time, well, I mean, I've got the rotation thing to put up as well, but next time, Unified Minds. See the Mewtwo and Mew format, I guess. That's the next one coming up. But honestly, cards like that are really cool, and I like it a lot. So lots of stuff to do in the next format, I think.